George and his wife Amal Clooney are known to be friendly with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and were guests at their royal wedding, which was 3 years ago tomorrow. They were even invited to the couple's evening reception, with just 200 of the wedding guests. Meghan and Harry lamented the fact that they now have to pay for their own security during their interview with Oprah Winfrey earlier this year. Harry said their UK security was taken away while they were in Canada due to a change of status, but he argued the threat level was the same. However, it has been pointed out that the couple are no longer performing royal duties and are very wealthy people who could provide their own security, rather than relying on the British taxpayer. One royal commentator argued that Meghan and Harry have chosen to leave the royal family and live like celebrities in California instead, and celebrities have to pay huge amounts of money to keep themselves and their families safe. Pod Save the Queen is hosted by Ann Gripper and features Daily Mirror royal editor Russell Myers. Mr. Myers urged the couple to be like George Clooney, who has to pay an absolute fortune for round-the-clock security. He said, "As Harry and Meghan have a fantastic opportunity to make an awful lot of money for themselves, I think most people will be thinking, if you want to become celebrities or you don't want to be a member of the royal family, be like George Clooney. George Clooney's bill to keep his family safe must be an absolute fortune. They have half a dozen guards keeping him and his family safe at all times." Well, that's the reality that Harry and Meghan are going to have to deal with, and I think they should be paying for it themselves. Mr. Myers also argued that the Sussexes' UK security consisted of officers from the Metropolitan Police who are based in London. He pointed out that it would not be fair to expect these police officers to be travelling around the world with Meghan and Harry, and wondered how they would even recruit people for such a role, given the uncertainty around where they would be living and what they would be doing. Ms. Gripper then added that this would not be the case for George Clooney's bodyguards, who would be told on application exactly what was expected of them. Mr. Myers said, "Just take it on the chin. You've got loads of money, you're going to earn loads of money, so then you've got to get your own private security. Especially living in the US, or they were coming up with, we want to live in New Zealand, we want to live in Canada, South Africa, maybe the States. Well, these protection officers, that's not just their job, that they don't have families and lives. They would actually have to be traveling with them all the time. And these people are based within the Met Police in London, because they're part of a specialist royalty protection group. And the appetite to work with the couple in between Windsor and London was very, very slim, let alone traveling all over the world with them. So there were an awful lot of things to consider that they hadn't considered, and I thought that was a bit short-sighted of them." Ms. Gripper then added, "Whereas if you applied for a job to be one of George Clooney's security guards, you'd probably get told what proportion of your time would be spent where and know what you would be going into it." Mr. Myers replied, "And the issue was that they just didn't have a plan. They kept rallying against the system, saying, oh, the system isn't made for us. We're trying to make it work. Well, they didn't have a coherent plan in place. And every time, it is my understanding, people were saying to them, if you've got a plan in place, we would make it work for you, or we would try to help you to make it work. But how is the Home Secretary or the Commissioner of the Metropolitan Police supposed to sell that job? Well, someone of that age range and experience is most probably going to have a family life. So the pool of people was further diminished. George Clooney and his wife Amal are known to be friends with the Sussexes, although journalist Rachel Johnson claimed they did not know each other too well at the time of the wedding. After attending their royal wedding, the Clooneys invited the Sussexes to their villa at Lake Como and to their home in England, while Meghan invited Amal to her baby shower in New York.